So I want to talk about playing cards because this topic was, or this idea came to me when I was playing with my cousins, cards, and this is not really a grammar or any kind of video, just kind of like a video that talks about vocabulary when you're playing cards and useful things that you can, or useful words that can help you when you're playing cards or gambling or whatever, right? So mga dula o baraha. Now, playing cards, right? Dulak baraha. Baraha comes from the Spanish word meaning like the deck of cards. Baraha in Cebuano, even though it's just one card, it's still called baraha, right? Baraha. So don't forget to roll that R, right? Baraha meaning card or cards, mga baraha. Right? So let's start off with this side here. Obviously, you can tell that this is the face cards, right? We have your ace for alas, right? And the others make sense. So the only irregularity here I see is just alas, right? Alas for ace. And you have your sutta, reina, hari, right? Your jack, king, queen, all that kind of stuff, right? Here on this side, this is the one I want to focus on because this is really interesting. And of course, you always learn something new, right? So the suits, there are 4 suits that we know, right, in that standard playing cards, the French, what is it, the French card, the French deck, right, or whatever, right? But we know it as baraha. So the 4 suits are called mga bulak, right? So the different kind of suits. Now suits, in English we call it suit, right? What kind of suit do you have? But in Cebuano we call it bulak. Unsa imong bulak, right? What kind of flower, I guess. So, because bulak means flower, but in this case, it's known as a suit or a different kind of suit. Mga bulak na kuan na ita upat ka bulak dinhi na kanong ang primero ka bulak nato mao ni. So this is our first. There are 4 types of suits. This is our first, right? And for this one, I put an asterisk because there's so many names that this can go by. Now I know it as either hearts or kasing because it looks, kasing means like a top because it looks like a top, right? Or hearts obviously was borrowed from the English hearts, like red hearts, right? The red hearts, or the heart, just hearts, the suit of hearts, right? So some people say hearts, kasing. There's just so many ways of saying this suit or bulak, right? But the way I heard it was hearts or kasing because it does look like a top if you look at it. So that's one way. Actually, it's funny now that I think about it because my cousins and I make a joke about this one. Sometimes when we're playing cards, sometimes we'll jokingly ask if we have corazones, or like hasta corazon or corazon, right? Corazon, right? That we talk about the Spanish one too, which is funny. But again, we just use it as a joke. So again, people have many ways of saying this one, right? Those are just the ones I'm familiar with. Actually, if you know how to say this bulak in Cebuano, please let us know. I'm interested. Let us know. The next one we have is uñas, which is diamonds. Uñas, diamonds, right? Pala for this other one right here for the spades, right? Pala, because it does look like a shovel in a way, pala, or something that can help you dig or paddle, right? It's like a pala. And then lastly, we have kalamungay, right? Or if you want to get a little more informal and a little more rural and slang, you can say kamungay, right? That la infix goes away, kamungay. That la infix, again, goes away. In the standard dialect, that la infix stays. But in the not standard, in the other dialects, that la goes. So kalamungay is the clubs, right? Which is also the name of the vegetable kalamungay, which is the leaves in that you can make soups and stuff out of. Then down here finally is just some easy vocabulary for you, right? Again, this is just a vocabulary video. We have bunot, meaning to draw, like to draw from a pile or pick from a pile of cards, right? Bunot, to pull or to draw from a pile of cards. Labay is the opposite, to discard or throw away from your hand, right? A cards or card. Labay. Again, labay means to throw out or throw away. We can also use this to mean like throw out the garbage, or throw out the rubbish, the garbage, the trash, whatever dialect of English you speak. Then you have your winner and your loser, right? Daot, to win or the winner, right? And pildi, to lose or the loser. I didn't put I put all of these in their raw forms, right? Because at this time, you should already know how to conjugate and affixate these words using whatever affixes you know from the series. Then the last two are just kind of like excess vocabulary because I was bored, right? We have sagol, meaning to mix the cards, mix it in or shuffle it in, right? And then balay, this one actually I want to talk about. Balay. So balay in this case means home, like your homestay or your home base. Sometimes when you're playing games, you're just gonna have like a pile of cards that you consider like a home, right? Or if you're playing poker or whatever games there are that have like a full house or a run or a dragon or just those kind of chains, right? We can call that as balay, like a chain of cards, like a 2, 3, 4, or a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or those kind of runs, right? We can call that balay, right? So that's just one way you can think of it as a homestay when you're playing with cards. So yeah, hopefully this video can kind of open your mind up in playing cards now. And playing games and learning a new language is always a great thing because it helps reinforce what you learned.